Welcome back to RF Coins. Today, we've got something incredibly exciting lined up for you. If you've got a jar of pennies lying around, or an old coin collection tucked away somewhere, you're going to want to pay very close attention. Because in this video, we're talking about one of the most surprising and valuable modern coins in US history, the 1994 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. A penny minted in 1994 in Denver that could be worth more than $585,000 today. That's right. Over $500,000 for a coin that was once worth just 1 cent. So sit back, grab your coffee, and get ready as we uncover the fascinating story, hidden value, and current market worth of the 1994 Lincoln cent. Let's start with the roots. The Lincoln penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first regular-issue American coin to feature a real person's face, and that person was none other than the 16th President of the United States. The original design featured Lincoln on the obverse, or front side, and the wheat ears on the reverse. Over the years, the reverse design has changed, first to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, then to the shield in 2010. But back in 1994, the reverse design still featured the classic Lincoln Memorial. The coins were made of 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper, due to the shift away from pure copper coins in 1982. Over 7 billion 1994 pennies were minted across the Philadelphia and Denver mints, making them very common at first glance. But, and this is a big but, not all 1994 pennies are created equal. So how can a penny made in 1994 in Denver, a coin that millions of people used every day, suddenly be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? It all comes down to rarity, condition, errors, and collector demand. That's right. While most 1994 Lincoln cents are worth face value or maybe a few cents more if they're in uncirculated condition, certain coins from this year have fetched insane prices at auctions. The most valuable ones often fall into two categories. Number 1, mint errors. These are coins that have printing mistakes from the US Mint, and collectors love them. We're talking about things like double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and transitional errors. Number 2, high-grade specimens. These are pennies that are in virtually perfect condition, untouched by human hands, with mirror-like surfaces and flawless finishes. Graded by professional companies like PCGS or NGC, a coin with a mint state of 68 or higher can fetch serious money. Especially if it's what collectors call a red designation, that's when the coin maintains its original coppery red color. And now, here's where things get wild. There are verified reports from auctions and private sales where 1994 Lincoln pennies in top-tier condition with rare errors have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. One of the most shocking sales came from a specimen graded MS69 red, nearly flawless, and exhibiting a striking mint error that made it one of a kind. That coin sold for a jaw-dropping $585,346 at auction. That's not just a fluke, that's history in the making. Now imagine finding that kind of coin in your change, or in a family coin collection, or even in a forgotten piggy bank from the 90s. It's like finding gold in your sock drawer. So now you're probably wondering, how can you tell if your 1994 penny is worth a fortune? First, check the mint mark. You want the letter D under the date, indicating it was minted in Denver. Second, examine the condition. The less wear and tear, the better. If your coin still shines like it just came from the mint, you might have something special. Avoid coins with scratches, dirt, or corrosion. Third, look for errors. Use a magnifying glass and examine the coin carefully. Look for doubling on the date or letters, missing details, unusual markings, center strikes, or any anomalies. Fourth, color matters. Coins graded as red are the most valuable, followed by red-brown and brown. The original red luster significantly increases the price, and finally, get it graded. If you think your penny might be valuable, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade adds legitimacy and increases its potential value on the market. As of now, the market for Lincoln cents, especially rare and error coins, is booming. Collectors are always on the lookout for high-grade 1994D specimens, and prices continue to rise. Even a well-preserved 1994D penny without any rare error can be worth anywhere from $10 to $200, depending on the condition, but if you have a coin with a recognized mint error, like a double die or center strike, you could be looking at $1,000 to $5,000. And if it's a certified high-grade MS68 red or better, with a unique feature, it could go well into six figures. Yes, the market has seen sales over $500,000 for the very best examples. So, what does all this mean for you? It means there could be gold in your pocket, or at least a penny worth more than a Porsche. The 1994D Lincoln penny may seem ordinary, but under the right circumstances, it's a ticket to life-changing money. It's time to check your coin jars. Go through your old collections. Ask your grandparents. Visit garage sales. And if you come across a shiny 1994D penny, don't spend it. Examine it. Research it. Grade it, because that small piece of copper and zinc could be worth more than your car, your house, or your entire savings account, and that's the magic of coin collecting. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin in your change. You never know, your story could be our next video, and remember, every penny counts, but some count a lot more than others. Until next time, keep collecting, keep dreaming, and keep your eyes peeled for treasure. Welcome back to RF Coins. Today, we're diving deep into the world of US coins, specifically, a tiny copper coin that could be hiding in your pocket change right now. We're talking about the 1997 Lincoln penny, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance but could actually be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's right, one 1997 penny recently shocked collectors when it sold for over $585,000. Stick around, because in this video, we're going to explore the fascinating history of the Lincoln penny, the specific details of the 1997 edition, why some are worth a small fortune, and how you can check if you have one of these valuable coins. Let's take it back to the beginning. The Lincoln penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, made its debut in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin marked the first time a U.S. president appeared on regular issue American currency. That was a big deal back then. Over the decades, the design has changed slightly, but the obverse, the front of the coin, has always featured Lincoln's profile. From 1909 to 1958, the reverse featured wheat stalks, giving rise to the nickname Wheat Penny. In 1959, to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse was changed to the Lincoln Memorial design. That design stayed in place until 2008, after which the shield reverse came in. The 1997 Lincoln penny falls under the Lincoln Memorial era, which is still one of the most commonly found in circulation. But don't let that fool you, not all 1997 pennies are created equal. Now, hundreds of millions of these were struck, so the coin isn't rare by itself. But specific errors, minting varieties, and conditions can turn this common coin into a true rarity. This is where it gets exciting. Let's break down the known rare varieties and errors from 1997 that make some pennies incredibly valuable. Point 1. Of the most sought-after varieties in any coin series is the double die obverse. On the 1997 penny, a few examples have shown doubling on the date, the word liberty, and the motto "In God We Trust." These double dies are caused during the striking process when the die strikes the planchet more than once, slightly off each time. Collectors go wild for these, and they can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on condition. If your 1997 penny is center, meaning the design isn't perfectly aligned, it could be worth money. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable, especially if the date is still visible. Some off-center pennies sell for $50 to over $500. Sometimes, coins develop cracks in the die that show up as raised lines or blobs on the coin. If you've got a 1997 penny with a huge die crack, or even better, a cud, where a chunk of the die breaks off and leaves a big raised area, that could be worth up to $200 or more. In very rare cases, pennies are struck on the wrong type of blank. For example, a penny struck on a dime planchet, which is smaller and silver-colored, can be extremely valuable. One of these errors can fetch $1,000 to $3,000, depending on the specifics. Even without errors, condition is king in coin collecting. A 1997 penny in mint state 69 red, nearly perfect with full red luster, is extremely rare. Most coins have blemishes or dulling after 25 plus years. If yours is in pristine condition, it could fetch hundreds to thousands from a serious collector or auction house. Now let's talk about the star of the show, the 1997 penny that sold for a mind-blowing $585,345. How did a 1-cent coin reach such a staggering price? This particular coin was not only in flawless MS69 RD condition, but it also featured an extremely rare double die obverse variety with crystal clear doubling on multiple letters. It was authenticated and graded by PCGS, one of the top third-party grading services. Bidding went wild at a premier auction, and when the dust settled, a private collector paid over $500,000 for it. Let that sink in. 1 penny, worth less than a stick of gum, ended up becoming a life-changing payday. Let's talk market trends. Right now, coin collecting is hotter than ever. With inflation, economic uncertainty, and a rising interest in tangible assets, people are turning to collectible coins not just for fun, but as investments. The 1997 Lincoln penny, especially rare varieties and high grades, has seen a huge spike in demand. Typical uncirculated 1997 pennies might sell for $1 to $5. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint could bring $10 to $20. Error coins and varieties range from $50 to several thousand, and of course, the extreme rarities, like the $585,345 example, sit in their own elite category. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do I find out if I have one of these gems? Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling in the date and letters. Look for center strikes or strange shapes. Check for unusual weight or color. Could be struck on the wrong plancha. Compare to other known errors online or in coin books. If you think it might be valuable, get it graded by PCGS or NGC. So there you have it, the humble 1997 Lincoln penny. A coin that might be sitting unnoticed in your coin jar, your drawer, or your wallet, could actually be a valuable collector's item worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is what makes coin collecting so thrilling, the possibility that hidden treasures are still out there. Don't underestimate the power of a single cent. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more numismatic treasures, and below if you found any 1997 pennies with interesting features. Have questions? Drop them below. I respond to as many as I can. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep collecting, keep hunting, and who knows, maybe your next penny is worth a fortune. Welcome back to RF Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most surprising discoveries in American coinage history, the 2002 Lincoln penny. That's right, a small copper-colored coin minted in Denver that you might find sitting at the bottom of your change jar could be worth over $500,000. Yes, you heard that right. Some of these little coins are valued at up to $585,344 on today's market. So don't go anywhere, because we're going to break down the history, design, production quirks, rare varieties, and the current market value of the 2002 Lincoln penny. You might just realize you've been sitting on a gold mine. Imagine going through your pocket change, mindlessly counting a few cents, and then bam! One coin jumps out at you. It looks ordinary. It's just a 2002 penny, right? But what if I told you that very coin, if it has the right features, could turn your life around financially? This isn't fiction. This is numismatic fact. The right coin, in the right condition, with the right error, can change everything. So let's unlock the mystery of the 2002 Lincoln penny together. To understand why the 2002 Lincoln penny is so valuable, we have to go back in time. The Lincoln cent is one of the longest-running coin series in United States history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, this was the first time a real person had been depicted on American currency. The design was originally crafted by Victor David Brenner and has undergone a few design changes over the years, but the obverse, featuring the iconic profile of Lincoln, has remained remarkably consistent. By 2002, the Lincoln penny had been in circulation for over 90 years. But don't let the age of the series fool you. Even modern coins can become rare and valuable, especially when certain minting errors or unique qualities are involved. Now let's focus in on the 2002 D penny. The D stands for the Denver Mint, one of the two main facilities that produce U.S. coinage, the other being Philadelphia. In 2002, the Denver Mint struck over 3.4 billion Lincoln pennies. That's billion with a B. So how can a coin with such a massive mintage be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Rarity of condition, errors, varieties, and collector demand. Let's break it down. Some 2002 D pennies contain rare and highly valuable errors that occurred during the minting process. These include double die obverse and reverses, off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors, die caps, and even transitional errors. Double die errors are especially popular among collectors. These happen when the coin's design is imprinted twice at slightly different angles, giving the features of the coin a doubled appearance, particularly on the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile. Another valuable variant is the center strike. If a penny was not properly aligned when it was struck, part of the design will be missing or shifted dramatically. The more off-center, without losing the date and mint mark, the higher the potential value. Then we have wrong planchet errors. Imagine a penny struck on a dime or foreign coin blank. These extremely rare mistakes fetch enormous prices at auctions. One of the most talked about examples of a high-value 2002 D penny is a specimen that was graded in pristine condition, mint state 69 red by a top-tier grading company. Coins with this grade are incredibly rare, virtually flawless, and retain their original luster. Combine that condition with a highly dramatic error, such as a double die or wrong planchet, and you've got a coin that's not just desirable, it's a legend in the making. Reports from private auctions, coin conventions, and verified coin grading companies suggest that a coin with these qualities was recently appraised and sold for a jaw-dropping $585,344. That's more than many people's annual income. For a penny. So how can you tell if you've got one of these ultra-valuable coins? First, grab a magnifying glass. Examine the date, the mint mark, and look closely for signs of doubling. Check the lettering, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. If you see any weird shadows, blurs, or misalignments, you might have a double die. Next, look at the strike quality. Does the coin have a brilliant red tone? Does it look like it just left the mint? If it does, you could be in luck. Also, weigh the coin. A standard penny from 2002 should weigh about 2.5 grams. If your coin is heavier or lighter, it may have been struck on the wrong planchet, which could skyrocket its value. And finally, get it professionally graded. If you think you found a rare error or high-quality coin, send it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC. A proper grade can make the difference between a $5 curiosity and a six-figure treasure. As of now, the 2002 D Lincoln penny is steadily gaining attention in the numismatic community. High-grade MS-68 and MS-69 coins with unique errors are commanding thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, of dollars at auction. Collectors and investors alike are turning their attention to modern error coins, and this trend is only growing. The penny that sold for $585,344 may be an extreme case, but it's real. And it's not alone. There are other 2002 D pennies that have sold for between $1,000 and $25,000, depending on their features and condition. So while not every 2002 D penny is going to make you rich, there is a very real chance that the next one you find could change your life. So what are you waiting for? Check your coin jars, dig into that drawer full of old change, and start looking for that hidden treasure. And when you find something interesting, come back and tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare US coins and you want more content like this, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. We've got more rare coin spotlights, collector guides, and hidden treasures coming your way. This is more than just collecting, it's discovering history, unlocking value, and maybe even changing your fortune. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting.